And welcome to grand conclusion here, day 4 of our USA Hockey Long Drink Level 5 Coaches Symposium. Hope everybody's had a wonderful experience and we've got a great conclusion here this morning. We're going to start, as we have done, with the QR code. So if we can put, this is a new QR code again, so please get your phones out and shoot this, and we'll use this for your questions to Coach Moore and Coach Granato here as we go along this morning. So again, just a reminder to put who the question is for, Moore dash or Granato dash. So we'll do that. What a day yesterday to build on success. Our team at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup in Czechia beat Sweden and won that event for the first time since 2003 and only the second time ever. So how awesome is that? Yeah. And then on the women's side, we did something we've never done before as well. Up in Lake Placid, we had the U18 group playing Canada in a 3-game series, a collegiate group playing Canada in a 3-game series. And by golly, we won both those series. So that's awesome too. And I know we showed highlights of our gold medal success on the international stage, men's, women's, world juniors, and we're going to conclude with a fun look back right now with what happened in Buffalo, New York in May. Let's take a look at that.
Around the page on shot, he scores! It's 16 freshman performer across, Roy pulls in, for Wallace, he scores! Out from Musselman, scores! Shot big, waiting, firing, scores! Farmer, shot top shelf with the left dominant 6-1 win over Canada. United States is back on its perch, 2025 World Champions.
Awesome with that. How many of you, it's always nice when our score is more than Canada's score, isn't it? How many of you, anybody coach sled hockey up there? Any of you have done that? Anybody tried sled hockey? Oh my goodness. The upper body strength and talent of those athletes, and fun to see those great players. We have the best team in the world and have for a long time. So fun to celebrate that. We talked about volunteers a lot and how critical they are to the success of USA Hockey. And then as we begin this morning, fun to bring up the top of the ladder, and we need good leaders in our organization to take it forward, and we certainly have that in our current president. Parts of 6 decades he's been involved with USA Hockey, player, official, sat where you sit and still sits where you sit as a coach, obviously a volunteer. He brings so much passion to the game each and every day, and you know, the job of president of USA Hockey is a volunteer position, and the countless hours and the calls he fields, I wouldn't want to be on the other end of the line for some of them, certainly. He holds a level 5 certification. He's been part of the board of directors since 2005 of USA Hockey, and now he is our president. A great pleasure to welcome from his home in the scene of New York to the stage, Mr. Mike Trimboli. Trim.
Good morning, everybody. Well, it's a great introduction. Part of the roles and responsibilities. I get to attend a lot of these events and hang medals on these athletes when they're successful, and to watch that group in Buffalo compete, the passion and the level of grit and determination that they put forward in that event was outstanding. Not only was it great to win the gold medal, I was extremely happy that that group was able to win the game in regulation as opposed to the overtime victories that we had in some of the other events. So great group of athletes there. I hope everybody has enjoyed everything leading up to the final day here in Columbus. It's a privilege for me to stand before you here representing the vast grassroots volunteer base of our 34 affiliates. An event at this Level 5 Symposium, an event that represents the highest standard of coaching education in USA Hockey. Before I continue, I think it's important to reiterate some of the thank yous that Pat brought to you yesterday. These people have put in an extensive amount of effort over the past few months to get this event into a reality. From the USA Hockey staff side, Brent Seidel, Liz Cohen, Bob Mancini, and many others from the coaching, education, and hockey development departments contributed to the planning and execution of this event. From the volunteer base, our national coach-in-chief, Mike McMillan, coach-in-chief female development, Christine Wing, disabled coach-in-chief, Chuck Gridley, along with all of our district coaches-in-chief that collaborate together as a team and deliver this gold standard coaching curriculum across the 34 affiliates of USA Hockey. Additionally, I want to acknowledge our national referee-in-chief, Dave Labuda, referee-in-chief female development, Chrissy Langley, official section chair, Ken Reinhardt, along with BJ Ringrose and Robert Hearn, manager of officiating, who our coaches-in-chief have worked in partnership with for the greater good of our game. Additional thanks to Scott Zelkin and Brian Murphy specifically for all that you've contributed as part of this event. The dedication of everyone toward building and supporting our coaching and officiating community is second to none. And this event does not happen without all that they have done. Additionally, I want to acknowledge and thank our hosts, USA Hockey Mid-Am District, their past president Paul Day, current president John Karolchik, coach-in-chief Bill Sweetie, and others from Mid-Am who have volunteered their time. And lastly, we truly support the city, including its mayor, the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, and of course, we appreciate the unwavering support received from Don Waddell and our partners from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Lastly, I'd be remiss not to acknowledge and thank our incredible cadre of presenters who came here without hesitation, continually to support the growth and development of the next generation of coaches and players in our game. As president of USA Hockey, I want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in the power of the game. Thank you for investing your time, your energy, and your heart in helping others grow on and off the ice. For investing in the future of our sport, and for taking the challenge of coaching sport in today's society. Congratulations to all of you for hanging in there. Reaching this level is no small feat. It's not just about logging hours, checking boxes, completing modules, background checks, and safe sport. It's about commitment. A commitment to being a better coach, a better mentor, and a better leader for the players and communities that each of you serve. Listening to all of our presenters and stopping in at the breakouts has been truly energizing. Whether it's the vast information provided by Dan Muse, Mike Sullivan, Ty Hennis, and John Tortorella on day one, to day two's insights by Derek Lalone on having a growth mindset, Ryan Warsofsky's advice to be where your feet are and reinforce your team's identity, or Jeff Blashill talking about team habits and non-negotiables. You're getting insights and information from the best in the game, which will continue today with Donnie Granato and Greg Moore. Sitting here as a coach, taking in all of the information, sometimes it feels like drinking from the fire hose. There's just so much coming at you at once. You're trying to write it all down. I see you all trying to take pictures of what's on the screen, and you'll get home and then you'll try to make sense out of all of it. Just relax. Just relax. Continue to create your library of information, and then take that information and determine how it best fits your team's specific needs. And then apply those principles to your team based solely on those needs, which will be different for each and every one of you. You see, like you, as Fish indicated, I too am a coach and feel fortunate to have been involved in coaching hockey at various levels for some 40 years. I attended my first USA Hockey Clinic in February of 1982 while still in high school, receiving what was then known as a red card and my associate level crest. I also sat in seats similar years 20 years ago in 2005, attending my level 5 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I've also enjoyed being a part of the coaching education program as a clinic instructor in New York for close to 25 years, and have been an active Federation high school coach in New York since 1990, currently preparing for my 17th season as head coach in my hometown, Messina, New York. Being involved as a youth and Federation high school coach has truly been one of the greatest experiences of my life. It's so rewarding to watch players face challenges, succeed through failure, and grow up before your very eyes. Eventually you see them succeed in life, become fathers, and if you're around long enough, you get a chance to coach their children. I'm sure everyone in this room can relate in some fashion to those concepts. Yes, there are certainly some frustrations along the way, and I'm sure you can all relate to those as well. But in the end, the relationships we build as coaches make it all worthwhile. The game of hockey continues to evolve. Our players are faster, the game is quicker, and the expectations are higher. But through all the challenges, one thing remains constant: the impact a coach can have on a player's life, whether it's a young child just learning to skate or an elite athlete chasing his dream. The coach is truly the difference maker. At USA Hockey, we're proud of how far we've come. From increased participation across all age groups to the continued success of our national teams on the international stage. We've fought the battles. We've stayed steadfast to the science of physical and cognitive long-term athlete development. Now you may or may not have heard this weekend, but we recently won 4 gold medals. And that was done at the 4 major international events, as has been told, for the first time of any country. And yesterday, as Fish talked about, we won gold at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. Leonard Skinner's Freebird has a resurgence of incredible proportion, and we love to hear Freebird played. But realistically, we also know that these things just don't organically happen. The true backbone and foundation of our success is grassroots leadership and coaching. Coaches like you that show up early, that stay late, and find ways to motivate players beyond the wins and losses. You are the core foundation of everything we do and the successes that we see. We're not just developing hockey players, we're developing future leaders, teammates, parents, community builders, and that work doesn't happen without dedicated coaching. This symposium is a time to connect, to learn from each other, to grow, and to reflect. You are surrounded by some of the most experienced and passionate minds in the game. Take advantage of it. Challenge each other. Share ideas, because when we all get better, our game gets better. So now as we round out the events of the weekend, as president of this organization, and more so as a fellow coach, I encourage you to keep pushing, to keep growing, to keep connecting, and to keep remembering why you started coaching in the first place. Because when you light that spark in a player, when you inspire them to love the game, to trust a team, to chase excellence, you've done something powerful. And that's what this is all about. Enjoy the rest of the symposium. Thank you for your dedication to the game and for your dedication to the next generation of coaches and players in our sport. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.